people, I'm back for more on today, December 27th, 2020. So, this video will be my attempt to recreate lost footage. So, I lost most of my pre-recorded footage. Well, short story, MacBook got full. Tried to clean out MacBook, but you know, cleaning out MacBook, you try to clean out your stuff out of your MacBook, and then once it's out of your MacBook, it's also out of your iMovie. And thank God that I recovered most of my stuff, and almost everything was stored on like Google Drive or an external drive, or it was still on my phone. And I recovered almost everything I know I had to begin with, except for one specific video diary, and it was the video diary that I recorded on August 30th, 2020 about taking a break because I had school, I had work, and my mental health was, so if you're just now tuning into my channel, I have bipolar depression and Asperger's, and when I get overloaded to a certain point, I completely shut down, or my moods go out of whack, and my mental health basically just goes down the drain. So I had school and work. I think I was working nights at that point, and my thing with nights, I'm glad I have a job. I love my job, and you can't have everything. You can't have everything the way you want it, which is totally fine with me, but I was working nights and I was still doing school part-time, both part-time. Yeah, work part-time, school part-time, but school was actually full-time for me because I was so serious about it. And I was working nights. I was like, okay, fine, whatever. And I really, I was tired all the time. I had such a bitchy attitude constantly, and I just didn't feel very good, and I found myself, it was probably like within a 2 or 3 week time period when I found myself going, is it all worth it though? Like, is it worth it that I'm in school? Is it worth it that I have a job? And it was like, it wasn't to the point of like, is living worth it? It didn't get to that point. Like I said, I have bipolar depression, and I've struggled with those things before in my life, but I did not get to that point. I got to the point of, okay, I'm living this life, but like, what's the point of doing these things? What's the point of going to school? What's the point of having a job? Because at that point, I was so stuck, I couldn't see myself moving forward because I was so overwhelmed with absolutely everything. And back to my thing about nights. I love my job. They had enough day crew and enough day staff that the only time they could schedule me was at night. But working, I'm not a night person. I am a morning person. I am totally a morning person, and I've been a morning person for as long as I can remember. And trying to do, I'd wake up, like, on a Monday, I'd wake up early, I'd go to the club, I'd do school, and then on Monday night, I'd go to work, and I'd work until closing. And, you get, like, when you have a job, every day you go to work, you get off work, and you're tired, but you still do whatever, and you still do the other things you usually do every day. But I'd get home and I'd be tired from work, obviously, but then I'd be so tired because I am not a night person. I hate staying up late. It sucks because if I stay up late, I'm obviously going to sleep in the next day. And I don't like sleeping in because it's good for me to be up and around in a healthy environment, and the healthy environment I'm talking about is the club. If you don't know what the club is, I will explain that in another video that I'll probably link down below by the time this airs. Or if you really want to and you don't have anything else to do, go ahead and watch the rest of my videos so you know what the club is. So I wasn't I'd be so tired, I'd be so tired from working, and I'd be so exhausted. I'd sleep in, I'd get up, I'd do some homework, but by the time I did homework, by the time I got to my homework, and sometimes homework is really difficult and it's really confusing, and it takes a while to get to a point of understanding where you understand what you're doing, what you're reading, what you're supposed to be doing, and the assignments and stuff. But by the time I got to that point, it was time for me to go to work. like, it could take me hours to try to figure out my homework and to get it done successfully, but it'd also take hours to just figure it out. And then it would take however much time after that to actually complete my homework. And by the time I got to a point of understanding it, it was time to go to work. And then it just didn't get done. My grades were going down. My mental health was going down the drain. And I was like, I have a job, but I can't just take a break from my job. Like, that doesn't work. And I was like, when I finally reached this point, I was like, I didn't care about my homework. I mean, I cared about my homework, but, you know, like, if it was, like, assignments are due on Sundays, at the end of the week on Sundays, and if I woke up Monday morning and I didn't turn in some of my homework or any of my homework for the week prior, then I wouldn't really care. It's like, oh well, okay. Oh well, I didn't get it done. All right, better luck next week. But then next week it'd be the exact same thing. And I was getting so many calls from my professors, my instructors about how I was failing my classes, and if I needed extra help, this is what I could do. And if I needed extra help, I could call them, contact this person, whatever. And back to the whole point of this, I was fighting myself, being like, is it worth it? Is it really worth it? And I filmed, like, you know, the lost footage I'm making up for right now. It was the night after I finished my week 4 project in August of 2020. Right now, it is December 2020, is the end of December 2020. And I was like, most of August, I was building my sets and I was having a lot of fun with it, but like this projects where I was building something and I was working on like the big film projects and stuff, that was fun for me. But if I was doing like writing assignments and stuff, and I just didn't really care. And I'm good at writing. I mean, writing is one of my strong suits, but I really didn't care. And as I was finishing up my month in August, I didn't know I could take a break off school. I didn't know you could do that. And I was talking to my mom about how stressed out I was about, you know, like, about school and keeping my grades up, because I have clear visions. I have clear dreams of where I want to go with this education and with this degree. But those visions were so fogged because I got in such a rut that I couldn't see them, and I didn't care if it was like I literally put them up on a shelf. It was like if I grabbed Woody and put Woody on a freaking shelf. I can't explain it any better way than that. So my mom told me that I could take a break, and I think the last week of August to decide. And that last week of August, we got a hold of the school to ask if I could do that, and if I could do that, ask how I would do that and how I would make assignments up, and, you know, so it didn't like throw us off financially and stuff. So we got a hold of the school, and the school, you know, like, got our information for us and stuff. And I was so afraid that, like, okay, side note, parentheses, my memory sucks. I have the worst fudging memory, but this video diary that I'm making up for right now, I remember the title was Taking a Break Without Falling into the Mold, and I remember telling this story because it was terrifying to me. So, and if you've been subscribed to my channel before today, I'm from a very small town where there's a specific mold. There's actually a specific 3 molds that people usually fall into. And I'm just not like that. I'm not that type of person. I'm going to do what I want to do. And that is something that I know probably nobody else has done in this town. I mean, I don't care. I'm not going to you know, I graduated high school. I wasn't gonna like go to college and then get a job and stay here for the rest of my life. Like, oh no, hell no. And I'm not, and I realized that that was not who I was, but I was so, and I thought taking a break was a great idea, you know, so I could get my head straight. And I was like, my entire life was cluttered. Every room in this house that is not my house was cluttered, and it was just a freaking mess. And I thought it was a great idea to put it down, but I was so afraid of putting it down and not picking it back up. But in this video diary that in this lost video diary that I'm making up for now, I remember that I was so afraid of putting it down for fear of not picking it back up. But I knew that I would pick it back up because I can't fall into the specific molds that this town has offered for generations. That I can't fall into the mold of this town. I mean, people go to school, they settle down, they make a family, they settle down, and they stay here. And that's fine. There's nothing wrong with that life. I mean, if people, like, whatever you want, like, if that's something you want and that's what you want for your life, then go ahead. And I'm proud of you and I'm happy for you for having that and achieving that in your life. But that is not me. That's not for me. And I realized that my visions were too big to fall into the mold. And so when I filmed this video diary first, because I was so afraid there was, well, you have to put it down, and then it's like, what if you don't pick it back up? It's like, it'd be really good for you if you put it down, and then it's like, what if you don't pick it back up? And all of a sudden there was a moment of calm and absolute silence when I was like, I know I'll pick it back up. I know I won't just leave it down. I know I'm gonna pick it back up. So it's okay to do that. Like, I remember I had some kind of philosophical-esque wordage crap that I was talking about in that video. I can't remember exactly what it was, but I know that it's impossible for me to fall into a mold of this town and to not pick it back up. I have to pick it back up. Like, I've like a big reason that I know that this is what I was meant to do, that film is what I was meant to do, is because I never understood why people were gonna go to school for something that they didn't 100% love. And like, I mean, why would you risk a lifetime of student loans for something that you weren't gonna complete or absolutely love and know is what you're supposed to do for the rest of your life? I mean, I was like, I never understood. When I was younger, I was like, yeah, there's no way in hell I'm going to college because school sucks. But this is obviously a different kind of college, obviously. But I was like, when I found this and I got a hold of a school rep and got all the information, I told my mom, like, because I mean, I have a blessed life. My mom has helped me a lot with student loans and school loans and all this stuff. And I told her, like, you know, like, when you make a big decision and you consult your parents about it, one thing that they would usually ask is, are you really serious about it? And when my mom asked me that, I said, well, I'm willing to live with the life of student loans for this. And she was like, okay. So I'm like, all right, cool. But I realized throughout this entire thing that it's okay to take a break, because sometimes you really need it. Like, I needed it way more than I thought I did. And obviously the month that I put it down, I mean, it was weird. It was weird. I mean, I still had work, but it was weird to not have anything else to do. And I organized my life. I cleaned up all my junk, literally. And I organized my stuff, and everything, like, the clutter slowly started to clear just a little bit every day. So that was great. Yeah, this was, why did I start this video diary with this? I'm making up for a video diary right now. This is gonna be so confusing for people. Oh my God. Currently I don't have any other pre-recorded video diaries after the last one that's posted right now. So I'm literally gonna post this on Wednesday. Meanwhile, it's Sunday right now. I'll be posting this on Wednesday. Why did I say the date? Oh well. Here's a filler. I lost the footage for this specific date, so here's the filler for you. 4 months later. So, moral of the story, moral of today, is it's okay to put it down. It's okay to be afraid of not picking it back up. It's okay to have the fear of not picking it back up. But if you know that you will pick it back up, it's okay to put it down. I know that. I mean, I'm proof of that. I put it down for a month, and I've been going at it strong the next 4 months. I mean, I thought I was bad with time. This is really gonna make it bad. This is gonna really make you bad with time right now. But I'll explain it later. It's fine. So yeah, I just hope that, I hope that if you needed to like a sign or a message that it's okay to like put something aside for a while to get the rest of your life together. I hope this helped you, because it sure as hell helped me taking a month off. So there's that, people, and I will see you next time. So until next time, there's that. Bye, guys.